Hello everybody, welcome back to Coffee Talk, episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly. It just doesn't move, man. I'm like day 9, alright? How many days are there? Day 9. What else is going on? Dinner with my team is very nice. Normal schedule. Thanks for the update. Take an easy day because self-care is important. Yes. Don't forget to take a good rest once in a while too. This night was wild. Ever had a night like that? Was it? You heard a ghost story, and I guess learned about fairies. But wild? I don't know. There was more stuff in the drawer yesterday. Where the fuck did all my shit go? Brothers keep them quiet. It's a good night to listen to some stories. Cool. Come on. God damn it. You've been here like 3 days in a row. It's not that I don't enjoy you, it's that I kinda want to see other people. Hi. Good evening. Nice to see you. I had to go at the hospital today. It's fine, except I was a little exhausted. You guys doing okay? Are you having issues with the children? No, that's not it. It's just... Well, for starters, my theory's giving me a hard time. Is it full moon already? No, but sometimes I get pre-fury symptoms. Yeah, it's a common thing for werewolves. A few days before the full moon, my body starts to prepare for fury. It changes the way they react to pretty much everything. Symptoms vary depending on who you ask. Like our muscles, appetites, energy levels, headaches, a lot of other stuff. It doesn't sound fun. No, small but on doesn't sound pleasant. To be honest, it's not great. Maybe you feel pretty sore and more tired than usual. Crankier. Yeah, that's understandable. Is there a drink that could help you with that? I never found one. But does the Galahad not work anymore? Yeah, thanks. I'm glad we brought this up. Maybe, but I think it needs to be more relaxing. Like the Galahad, but with no caffeine and blue. Does the blue pea not have? The Galahad is tea milk ginger, so blue pea milk ginger. Let's see if this works. Galatine. Say first try. Although he'll probably pretend this is wrong for some reason, like he did in the previous game. If you come up with these names on the spot, it takes a bit of soul searching. I think that took about 2 seconds of soul searching. Tailor it to the situation. So it makes it sound like you know in advance what we're going to order. No, I never know what you're going to order. Call it a sixth sense. See how your sixth sense tastes. This is excellent. Exactly what. Okay, so we're not going to pretend like this isn't the answer like we did in the last game for some fucking reason. Yeah, it's happy to hear that. Hi, you doing okay? You haven't said anything. It's unusual. Long weeks until something happened. Yeah. Actually, it is. Oh, guess I'll just come out with it. I need your help. Oh, help. Come on, I wasn't that. Hey, well, Hyde, what are you doing? I was so tired today that I nearly fell asleep on the job. But most importantly, it's not good for you. Flipping around, sulking, refusing to look at solutions. I've never seen you like this, and I'm getting worried. There's nothing to worry about. What's going on? You say that, but then you spend the entire nights looking miserable. No advice I come up with is good enough. For Hyde, I'm barely keeping it together as is. You should know by now how I feel when Fury's about to hit. I think you two ended up chatting yesterday after. Seems like it. You bet we did. After I walked out of here, I headed home and found this one lying on the sofa staring at the ceiling. Looking so gloomy, it sucked the color out of the room. It's not the first time either. It's a constant these days. Please help me help him, barista. Well, I don't really know much about the situation. I'm at my wit's end. I need more context, Gower, other than he's been sad recently. Mr. Hyde? Care to share? Fine. Alright. Truth is, I'm bored to death. Or I would be if it wasn't for the whole immortality thing. I'm nearing 40. That doesn't sound very old, Hyde. I've never been this bored in my entire life. I thought maybe I read that wrong. Interesting, you should make it sound like you're much older. Yeah. 40 years old in vampire years. What is this, like dog years, where it like translates to 7? I'm not saying how old that is in other species years. Eyes on the prize, barista. Yeah, I got it. Why are you so bored, Mr. Hyde? My job. Is that my job? Look. Shout. Well, I'm also irritated about it, okay? I'm not exactly used to sitting around twiddling my thumbs. Modeling stopped being fun ages ago. Yeah, I think you mentioned something like that. You are trying to leave modeling behind then? Yeah. Is there a specific reason for that? It's all just so brief. Back when I started modeling, people thought of fashion in a different way. They wanted to keep their outfits for a while. They had to be elegant, well-made, and versatile. Some campaigns that I featured and stayed on billboards for months. I knew the clothes would last decades. In a way, it felt like I was building a bond with their wearers. I endorsed something that would feature in their cherished memories. Interesting. Then social media came and it all became disposable. The clothes themselves, of course, but the models even more. I shoot a campaign, the brand posts it online, and then gets attention for what, 10 minutes? And another campaign comes in and everything's forgotten. Blink and it's gone. There's no bond to build there. Isn't that changing these days, though, with slow fashion in a way? It's true, and people are getting into vintage clothes, too. I salute that, but the reality of my job remains the same. What about your fans? You have so many people following you. You mentioned that last night, my answer hasn't changed. They follow me because they think I'm pretty. Being admired is nice, but it doesn't constitute a bond. I think you'd like to leave more of a mark. Maybe so. It would be nice if I did something that people remembered. Became a part of their lives in a real way. You do know you have people in your life in a real way, right? People who always remember you? That's not the same thing. Maybe you should study to become a doctor or something. That'd make a real difference. No, thank you. Job seems to be fun. You got a point. Studying for 10 years just to exhaust myself in 14-hour shifts? I couldn't imagine it. Did you mistake me for a hard-working vampire? You see what I'm dealing with? It does seem to be a thorny issue. Perhaps you'd like to mull it over with a drink in hand, Mr. Hyde? That sounds good. Don't order some bullshit. Why don't you give hibiscus another shot? Very, very spicy. We've got hibiscus and very, very spicy, and that's all I've got. I can't really, like, it's the same amount. This only gives that. This will also I can't. It's probably about as spicy as I could make it. Nothing else adds any warmth. I don't know, let's try the cinnamon first, because I think it resulted in a warmer drink. Let's try this. Okay, well it's not an actual drink, so it's clearly not correct. Let's try the reverse then. It's not spicy. Or maybe it is. Okay, that also didn't work. Then what else can it be? Maybe if I double up on ginger? Zobo. Might as well try it out. I don't think I have any items anymore. And I already tried the apartment key, which is what I was thinking about anyways. Bloodish red. There we go. Alrighty. And then I imagine the pie business. Here's one Zobo. Let's see. You do know me well. There we go. Second time's the charm, I suppose. This is a perfectly executed Zobo if I ever tasted one. Glad to see you've made good use of your ginger, I suppose. So you knew I couldn't get it right that time. Forgive an old man his old jokes. But to be fair, Gala pulled the same shit. I see you've had your fun, but you still lost your bet. A bet? Hyde was wallowing in self-pity yesterday. I told him many people cared about it. And I bet you could definitely figure out the one hibiscus drink he likes. So now, I get to say that I was right. And Hyde gets to buy me dinner at a place of my choosing. Interesting. You're gonna pick that horrible steakhouse again, aren't you? You know it. Have you won other bets in the past? It sounds like it. Let's see. You say it. He's won every single one of the bets we've ever made. Man, you gotta get better at gambling. Well, yeah, I'm this close to being able to buy a new TV with the money I'm saving up. Just rub it in my face, why don't you? Oh, somebody else. Who is this? Oh, Lua, what's up? How's it going? Hi, Lua. Busy night, I see. I know, a whole 2 people. Well, actually 3 now that you're here. Swamped. Busy and live. Okay, you can't actually say it's busy. Maybe you can be sarcastic. I mean, to be fair, I think there's only 4 stools. Actually, no, I was about to say there's 4 stools, but there's canonically a booth because Freya mentioned it in the first game. I'm really glad you're here, Hyde. I just wanted to apologize for the other night. I'm so excited to see you, especially since it's been a while, but we ended up fighting with Bailey's instead. Just getting bored of our arguments. It's alright, they're kind of fun to watch. Sometimes being an observer is fun. How are things with you two, by the way? I'd still need order before I answer, if that's alright. Of course, let's hear it. Don't ask for some bullshit, please. Spent the whole day talking and eating some presentations, so I have a bit of a sore throat. Is there anything you recommend for that? The cough syrup. Lemon and honey sounds good. Lemon and honey. I think it's tea lemon. Might be green tea, but I'm not sure. No, because I know it was called cough syrup, so I'm going to try green tea. Yeah, there we go. Still can't fucking read any of this. Oh, there we go. Hold up. Lover of a bright moonlight, believer in a life without a fight. Big fan of art and poetry. As I can see. Working 9 to 5 in a trading company by day, going to poetry readings and museums on the weekends, and raptured by the forbidden fruit. How poetic. It's money to soothe some his recovery. Thanks, Dr. It's truly lovely, just what I needed. Of course. Hey guys. Drunk? My company's trying to get a big contract, so I've been organizing meetings with them. Making sure it's all going according to plan. Sounds pretty tough. Yeah, it's a lot of responsibilities and decision making. Part of me likes that, but part of me feels the pressure. It's nice to be able to unwind with a warm cup. No problem. Anytime. To answer your earlier question about which was what, except... Oh, yeah, he's just asking how they work. You probably gathered that they and I were fighting. Yeah, and I told you a little bit about it too. Well, we haven't discussed the wedding for the past couple of days. And honestly, it's done me a lot of good. It's nice. The thing is, I know by any means well he suggested all these things that he thinks I like. And I should like. He's paying attention, not just sending random ideas. Yes, that's it. It's good. It's good. It sounds good. I should be grateful that he's trying to please me, but I get annoyed instead. When I start feeling guilty that I'm annoyed, it makes me even more annoyed. It's not great, I know. It'd be easier if we always acted rationally, so we only got annoyed at the right people for the right reason. Things aren't that simple, are they? It's true. I guess if you figured out what actually annoys you, it would help. It's true. That's the problem, I'm not sure. At first I thought I was tired or worried. Decision-making in my job is taking a toll for sure. Sounds like it. It's been hard for me to also deal with organizing things in my personal life. Also, the financial side of it is hard to charge out the ass for that shit. I don't want Bay to spend too much money, but he's right that involving my family comes with strings attached. I'm not sure how to avoid that, though. Realizing that might not even be the main issue. The more he sends me links to venues and caterers, the more it all feels wrong to me. Wrong in what way? I don't mean the wedding itself. I want to get married today, but the way we're planning it, I don't know. I've been to my friends' weddings before. I've also been browsing the most popular wedding pictures online. There are always these big parties, very put together, very classy. They have their whole families over, their friends and colleagues. They rent these beautiful barns and they hire live bands. They wear designer dresses and bespoke suits. You used to look at that and think, this is great, this is what I want. But now it all just feels more and more off to me. Why don't you tell your fiancé that? What if he thinks I'm getting cold feet? Or that I'm questioning his ability to help with the budgets? Well, that's up to how you communicate it, isn't it? He's got a point. Alright, but it's still a difficult topic. Well, of course it's a difficult topic. You just gotta, talk about it. We've been through so much, you won't know that. This is supposed to be our special day, a way to celebrate our partnership. If he wants to honor that, he'll feel awful if he thinks I don't. Or if he thinks I don't trust him. I swear, you and your elf are well matched. You always worry so much about what others think, instead of working out your own wants and needs. You do realize that's the important bit, right? Generally, yes, I get that, but how does it apply here? What do you think it means to honor your partnership? To celebrate it properly, for starters? I mean, what does properly mean? Right. And who are you in that partnership with? I believe you've met him, the blonde guy with puppy eyes. Right, I'm glad you remember that, because you were making it sound like you were in a relationship with your friends who got married. And strangers who put wedding pictures online. This is your relationship you're celebrating. Why are you so concerned with other people's weddings? Your special day needs to make sense to the two of you. Have it in trainers at a fast food joint, if that's what you like. I feel like there was somebody who got married at a Burger King for some reason. I think it was because, like, the guy had the last name Burger, and the girl had the last name King, or it was something like that. And so Burger King saw a free advertising opportunity. That way you can also take the budget out of the equation. A simpler wedding won't feel shabby if you make it feel properly yours. I still want a pretty outfit and decent food. There's nothing wrong with that. Thank goodness. But point well taken. It's just, my family might have certain expectations. Did they openly say that? No. And maybe they do, or maybe you just think they do. The only way to find out is to talk to them. Besides, isn't Bailey's also about to become your family? You sure are the only family he's got. I'm not saying to disinvite everyone or fight with them or anything, but you shouldn't put their needs above your own. I really shouldn't, should I? No. It's your wedding. You gotta have it your way. To the best of your ability, of course. You've given me food for thought, thanks, Hyde. My pleasure. Oh, look at him. He's smiling and everything. Exactly. Amazing how you perk up when you give people advice, huh? Maybe you should become a therapist. Man, that's a lot of work. He just said he's not a very hard-working vampire. Gee, thanks for the vote of confidence. I did say I might become a couples counselor. But I agree with what you all implied. I don't think I'm quite tactful enough. It's a good point. Hyde's more of like a tough love kind of guy. Are you looking to change careers? He's bored of the water. Finds it too impermanent. Wants to leave a mark, wants to have fun. Just a very quick summer. I see. Is there any way you could make modeling fun again? I think so. Last time I had proper fun was maybe 20 years ago. 20 vampire years or 20 actual years? What happened? I was modeling a capsule collection for a young designer. She wanted to take her own pictures. She got a studio, left the outfits there, found someone to do the makeup, and she whipped out an old film camera, a proper relic. Hadn't seen one like it since the 60s. My granddad has an old black and silver camera with 2 lenses. Was it something like that? Yep, exactly like the one there. She said she preferred it because of the way he captured the light, and also because it was a slower experience. Something that would allow us to connect more. At first I didn't think much of it. I started doing the usual, posing, switching, posing some more. Something felt different, then I realized what it was. Most of the time, we were just talking. She only took a picture once in a few minutes, if that. Is that unusual? Yep. Most fashion photographers take dozens of pictures in a row. I felt a bit sorry for her, to be honest. But she didn't know what she was doing and that she was wasting her money. But we had a great time and we got kind of friendly, I guess. Because at the end of it, she let me use up the remaining exposures. I fooled around, shot some random stuff and one portrait of her. Then she suggested I come with her to her dark room. Watch how she developed the pictures and how they came out. I always did have a fondness of dark places when it comes to the territory. But as for the pictures, well, they were gorgeous. First of all, I looked really like me, the me I could recognize. That's not even what stuck with me the most. Was it the one you took of her? It's the care she took into processing each frame. Working each picture through the chemical baths, hanging them, drying them. It was like watching a magical ritual. And her portrait. When she saw it, she got a bit emotional. She said she was used to being on the other side of the camera, and it was the first time she really liked the portrait someone took of her. Sounds nice. I'm in a weird place these days. It's not like me to tell these kinds of tales, or to launch into soppy monologues, really. Just forget it? No, it's a nice story. It's a beautiful story. It gives me an idea, I think, of another career for you. Photographer. Please share, Lou. You'd be doing both of us a solid. Go on, then. Oh, maybe it's because I've looked at so many of them recently, but apparently film is making a big comeback for wedding pictures. It's what you said. It captures the light beautifully. It's a more personal, slower approach. Maybe you could try that. A wedding filmographer? No, the other vampire who's looking for a new one. Yeah. I think you've got the wrong guy here, Lua. I know I'm disgustingly sentimental these days, but I'm not that far gone. Attending one wedding gives me cavities, let alone several per month. Oh well, forget about it then. No, don't forget about it at all. It would be perfect for you. Come on, Hyde. I know you like to play strong and sarcastic, but you are sentimental, and you love to chat people up. You'd solve all the bridesmaids' drama and offend the parents. Most importantly, you did something to these people that they'll never forget. They look at your pics their whole life. If that's not leaving a mark, I don't know what is. It does have a point. You're assuming they won't get divorced. That's a possibility. Come on. I don't know if this is the right topic for Miss Lua. It's alright, I know some marriages end in divorce, but it doesn't change anything, does it? Whether a marriage lasts for a few months or several decades, the wedding is still an unforgettable moment in someone's life. It depends on how drunk you get. That career in the Mafia is really looking up. I'm falling asleep on my chair now, so I'm gonna head back. Do whatever you want, you thick-skulled vampire. Just don't stay out too late, okay? Yeah, alright. It's my cue as well. I have some thinking to do. And maybe some talking. Sounds good, Lua. It was a pleasure. Thanks for letting me hide, and good luck. Hope your next adventure is a good one. Will be. Good night, Lua. Yeah, good night, Gala. Start coming here every day. I need to see other people. Here we go again, last one sitting. Indeed, proper night owls, I suppose. He didn't say anything about that wedding photographer idea. It's ridiculous, right? Well, I mean, it could work. That's not for me to say, but I wouldn't call it ridiculous. You're fidgeting a lot more than normal, right? Sounds like you enjoyed the whole film photography experience. And you do like being around people, don't you? I do sometimes, but I'm not a romantic. People get married, they think they're taking a first step into forever. Well, there's no such thing as forever. Everyone ends up disappointed in some way, and then, next thing you know... I don't want to sound too depressing. So you don't believe in love. Of course I do, but only in a certain kind. You can choose to keep supporting someone to enjoy their company. You can do that for years with friends, family, and lovers. But at the end of the day, you're still you, a separate person. And they're still them. There's no two souls becoming one, not really. I know, the one time I tried, it really didn't work out. But do you regret trying? See, now there's the issue. No, I guess I don't. It confirmed for me that marriage and the like, it's never going to be my thing. And there's freedom in knowing that about myself. It's an interesting perspective. It's giving me space to build other relationships that work much better. But at the same time, when I see people who truly believe it, who will walk into it willing to share their lives so closely, even if for most of them it won't pan out, there's something beautiful there, like watching a butterfly fly too close to a flame, or a flower bloom like it will never wilt. How poetic. Well, in my case, I signed off my wings, but I'm still here. And on that day, for that minute when I said we'd be together forever and meant it, I sure felt alive. If you know all that, then you must also know that it's something worth celebrating, and something worth helping other people celebrate. You're a tricksy one, Melissa, and I'm too tired to fight your logic, which means it's time for me to head back. Of course, Hyde. See you later. I meant to say, I appreciate our one-to-one chats. Hope we can keep providing you with a comfortable space here. Oh, it's plenty comfortable for sure. Besides, well, it all boils down to this, doesn't it? The way time passes for me is very different from anyone else I know. Thank goodness, Gala's from a long-living species. But even then, he'll grow old before I do, eventually. The world will change 100 times. Technologies will die out, new technologies will come. I will feel again this way I feel now in a century, maybe two. And Lua and Gala won't be around to give me advice. The world won't wait for me. But you will. Am I right, Barisa? That is very perceptive of you, Mr. Hyde. Hey, you've grown to know me quite well. It's only fair that I know you a little in return. I suppose that's true. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that, to continuing our story. It's nice to know that no matter how much time passes, there's always going to be someone here rooting for me. Thank you for your trust, Mr. Hyde. We'll make sure it's not misplaced. I know you will. And on that note, I guess I'm going to go browse for some film cameras. What's the worst that can happen? Exactly. You live so long, you might as well try some things, right? Indeed. Take care of yourself, friends. And you as well. Guess where I am? Because sure as hell, I don't know. Haha. Are you lost?
Yeah, I'm getting a bit worried about you at this point. I'm gonna throw a like on you for helping out a friend, seemingly. The world won't wait for you, Mr. Hyde, but some of us will.
It is still raining. Is it ever gonna stop raining?
Come on, give me an awkward myrtle, please.
New image recognition tech confuses gnomes with dwarves. Robots asked to give ultimate advice. What does that even mean? Elven burnout is real. Here's how to avoid it. What does that even mean? Oh, no delivery today. We'll resume tomorrow. Thanks for the heads up. Girl always has her secrets. Top of the morning tea all hung up. Yeah, there we go. I knew you were drunk. Feeling awesome. Just spent almost 2 hours checking on the mobile games in the App Store. The amount of copycat games is just stacked. I know, right? Good evening. Georgie. Officer, welcome. Hey, barista. How you doing? Let's hear it. You doing okay? Oh, sorry. My mind is kind of elsewhere right now. No worries, work issues. What else? I'm all ears if you want to chat. I'm in a real bind, barista. What happened? Well, never-ending workplace issues aside, things are getting weirder by the minute, and I'm feeling out of my depth. Talking about your recent patrols. More ghost stories, my friend? Yeah. I've been analyzing the CCTV footage the last couple of days. Let's see. How did that go? Did the cameras manage to capture anything? Yes and no. The infrareds caught a couple of blurry things. They ran off, turned the corner, and disappeared. Could have been anything, like rats or cats. But neither fits what I heard on the scene. Footsteps, you know, laughter. Come to think of it, it sounded more like giggles. Giggles. Can werebeasts giggle? Not at that size, no. Even if they could, it doesn't explain the footsteps, really. Let's see, so what's next? I have some ideas, but they're just wild theories at this point. In short, I'm stumped. You know, barista, I've been racking my brain ever since Miss Riona dropped that bomb about the fairies, you see. What about them? As it turns out, fairies was an umbrella term for many types of beings. Anything that didn't fit the known physical rules at the time was to be referred to as such. Oh. Does it mean banshees were part of the fairy folk? Probably. Not anymore, though. It's an ongoing process, but the list is getting shorter. But back then, any sentient being that was even remotely incomprehensible was considered that. And that includes apparitions. Apparitions? Yes. Apparitions like ghosts? Yeah, ghosts. Ghosts, yes. Very moody like you. I see. What do you mean, I see? Doesn't it sound like a bad joke to you? I mean, I've seen weirder. Not sure I'd follow. But, come on. Ghosts don't exist. I mean, I've served plenty of people. Orcs, merfolk, a satyr, and an elf, which are somehow different. At this point, if you told me ghosts existed, I'd just say whatever. Because if they do, all I can think about is that damn tree now. Alright, tree. Does that mean it's haunted? Probably. could be. Don't get how you can be so calm, but as I said, I've served so many people. Why wouldn't I be? I mean, there have been all sorts. Exactly. Some of them are so I know. Sometimes literally. You're right. I guess you're not the one who's being weird here. I don't say that. Everyone has their own peccadillos? True that. If you don't mind telling me, though, may I ask the reason you're so afraid of this? Gosh, that's a long story. Not something I'm ready to talk about anyways. No problem. Understandable. All you need to know is my fear was never caused by actual ghosts. Suggestion is a very powerful thing, Ghost. But that's all I'm willing to share for now. Okay? Thanks for sharing. You know, it's funny. My grandpop was very into this stuff. So is my daughter. They're like my opposites, very curious and fascinated by the unknown. Not that I'm not, mind you. It's just with my time as a cop and all, unknown variables usually mean trouble. I guess? The kind of people who could see things from nothing. I mean that the best way possible. Like, you know, the Zen rock garden thing from Japan. They understand the zenness of it. I don't, but that doesn't stop me from thinking it's chill, you know? I think you almost got it. But I'm sure he and my daughter could talk about it for hours. Too bad he passed away before she was born. Sorry to hear that. Don't worry. On that note, barista, you've seen my lighter, right? Ooh. Saying pretty well acquainted with it now, yeah, my bad. The thing was originally my grandpa's. He bought it sometime after the war ended. It was to commemorate the upcoming new era, he said, in more ways than one. He got honorably discharged due to a severe leg injury he'd never be able to recover from. At the time, he was living right across the street from the former town hall. For obvious reasons, he couldn't walk far. So it was a good location for him with all the veteran support nearby and all. Right. Now, about that street. You see, my grandpa liked to chat. Never liked being alone, that guy. Plus, he pretty much hated his bleak room. So sometimes he'd go and hang out with the street vendors in front of his place. There were all kinds of fiends there, along with their pets from all walks of life. That's why he had a lot of stories about the craziest things. Let's see, You see, the street's name just came to my mind last night. Can you take a guess what it is? It's the one, yeah. Orange Street, It wasn't called that before, that's why the whole thing didn't click for me straight away. But I went through his files, and it checks out. Does that mean the vendors he was talking about? Bingo. You know what? He bought the lighter there. It's a coincidence here. You're sure it's only a coincidence? What do you mean? Come on. Ain't no way they're just coincidences, barista. Everything is lining up too perfect, if you ask me. What do you mean? Think about what's happened so far. It was my team that found out about the vandalism before they dumped the whole case on me. Then my car was hit out of everyone's. Right? Then my luck started tanking. The broken mug, the fan, the black cat. Just tons of weird stuff happening in the past week alone, you see. Right. Then one thing led to another, and my team was chosen to lead the investigation. Tell me, who's in charge of the case? Me. Then there's this banshee lady, your patron, with some information I wouldn't have thought of. The dead tree stuff, the fairy market, information I wouldn't even have remembered on my own. Right. And now we know why I kept on losing my lighter, right? Ghosts. How are they not connected? Tell me. Well, if you list them all in order like that, I'm telling you, barista, that place is calling for me. The case is made for me.
Is it? But they really picked the wrong guy. I'm just real bad at dealing with spooks. I don't know if you should be using that word. Make me question everything I've ever known, you know? I mean, I know it's like a context thing. I'm just not sure I would keep that one in my vocabulary. I've always thought you're pretty good at handling ambiguity when it comes to supernatural stuff. Because we don't know enough about what's real and what's not. What will they do? Will they hurt us? Or do they bring bad luck and good luck? What's the truth? Who knows? Maybe you should take a day off and catch up on your sleep. Probably. What's that? No, nothing. You know, another patron of mine suggested a documentary to watch. Yeah? The focus was on interesting drinks from around the world. Yeah, it was Aqua, and that was like 8 days ago. Where the hell's she been? Why am I seeing the same 5 people? Like, it's always Georgie, Gala, Hyde, and that's basically it. And then like a random 4th sometimes. What's going on? Find everything from mundane to the extreme. From local comforts to really special stuff. I kept thinking one particular drink. Oh no, don't bring up some random drink I don't know. It's something like a protection drink. I'm sorry, what? Coffee, honey, lemon. Okay. Special from what though? From evil spirits and bad luck, I think. Maybe it'll help ease your mind a bit. Gotcha. The barista. Even full situations are haunted. There shouldn't be any evil spirits. Right? No. But I might need your lighter. Before. Oh, the drink needs to be lit up. I just think your lighter might give it that extra magic boost it needs. Compared to just using a regular flame. What are you gonna make me anyway? I trust you, Tier. Georgie's lighter. It exudes an interesting feel. Okay, they make this magical drink you learned. Coffee, honey, lemon. Coffee, honey, lemon. The flaming lemon. Oh my. Kimara? Yeah. Wow, indeed. It does light up. So let's see. Any other on-fire drinks? Not seeing anything. Yep, this is special just for you. So don't tell anybody. Roger that. There you go. Careful. Yeah. Surely is something else. You sure it's okay to drink? I have no idea. But I'll take responsibility if anything happens. Shouldn't you, like, blow it out first? I'm just being silly. Sorry for bothering you with all this stuff. Nah, it's no problem. You made me this crazy drink to make me feel better. Of course I did, but so that I'm always happy to help with work. Thanks. Man, at least with crooks you can actually deal directly with them, you know? Not the case with apparitions. Not with that attitude. Whoa. Unlock conversation with Detective McQueen. Detective McQueen, huh? What's your first name, Lightning? Everything can be caught with a little elbow grease. Not actual elbow grease. I won't make that mistake again. McQueen? Is that you? Oh, you two know each other? Hello, Williams. It's been a while. It is you. Surprises just keep coming this week. Let me go over there. You know each other? More or less. We were brunch buddies. Brunch buddies? Brunch buddies. I feel like I'm meant to say brunch buddies in that same serious tone. But I don't like to talk about it. I still get nightmares. From brunch? I feel ya. I wasn't sure we were gonna make it out alive. Sorry, from brunch? We were truly the lucky ones, without a doubt. Yeah, I'll just take both your words for good, because I don't like to talk about it. So it brings you here, Detective. Surely it's not coffee. Secret police reasons. I've not read the briefing yet. But enough about me, tell me about your supernatural problems. Yeah? You need to bust a ghost? Oh. Well, busting might be a bit much. I was just talking to Barista about getting over my fear of that stuff. And ghosts. Something like that. I'm weak against ghostly looking stuff. I get freaked out easily. For example, I admit I got a little spooked by what happened on Bourne Street the other day. I remember that. Seems reasonable. I know very well that unchecked fear leads to prejudice. That's why it's a no-no in my book. It even pains me to admit that out loud. Sometimes the toughest case to crack is ourselves. Oftentimes, other times it's ghosts. How do you do it, Detective? Your cases, man. I'd probably have lost all my hair by now if I were you. I try not to think about it all that much. When I do think about it, I think who else will do it? Nobody, that's who. Yeah, makes sense. You know, once you get over the dead part, they're just like you and me. What are you, a Ghostbuster? Look, I remember this one case. We were investigating a haunted apartment. This lady and her husband had recently passed away but wasn't moving on, if you get my drift. Real deadbeat, couldn't take a hint. Anyway, we had to go in and exorcise the place, right? But the husband, he's caught wind and he's retreated into the basement. I won't get into the technicalities of it, but it's harder to get a ghost out of a basement or an attic. It's all about angles, really. I mean, I get it. That used to be his home, all the stuff is still there, it's hard, I get that. So, I'm slowly going down the stairs to try to coax him out. Bam! Next minute, all this romantic music is playing and the whole place is lit by a spotlight. Basic sensory illusions, classic ghost tricks. Then, before I know it hit me, I'm sitting at this pottery wheel and he's behind me and... Wait. Is this the plot of the 1990 film Ghost? Oh. Maybe. We had a movie night at work and I dozed off before it started. The story must have slipped into my subconscious. Riveting. Another person. Hi. Hey people I don't know. Did you ever get your important errand sorted? Sure did. Dooley, I can see crumbs stuck to your face. That's just the rain. It's very bready rain. There's filling all over your top. That's blood from a gunshot wound. It's healed up though. You're literally holding the receipt from the donut shop. Let's see this one. That's why they pay you the big bucks, detective. There we go. So what'd I miss? We were talking about getting rid of Officer Williams' fear of ghosts. Hey. Ghosts? Yeah, you're afraid of them, right, Dooley? No idea, never met one. We stopped a ghost riot. Ghosts aren't real. So you don't need to be scared of them. Easy. There you go, I guess. Sorry, that wasn't much help. Nah, what you said, that they're just like us. It's a good thing to be reminded of. Exactly, they used to be alive, just like us. As long as they don't try to eat, possess, violently murder you, you should be fine. Very reassuring. Just talk to them, feel their culture, listen to their issues and spectral wails. Treat them like any other person. See what's on the inside. Which should be easy since you can see right through them. I thought you didn't believe in ghosts. Yeah, it's best not to overthink anything he says. I certainly don't. Well, thanks for the advice. I think it'll help. Our pleasure. Now, Dooley, I think we should read that case briefing and find out why we're here. I already did. Turns out we're meant to arrest the person driving that taxi. Instead of taking it all the way to Seattle, yes. Oh, they're not from the same... What does TLPD stand for? The driver was a chupacabra. Okay, let's get out of here, Dooley. Good luck, officer. Thanks, McQueen. A lot. You too, Officer Dooley. Alright, guy, good luck with your rat problem or whatever. Bye, coffee wizard. See ya. Take care. Is there a new story? There is. Do you know why the satyrs from France are more musical than the ones from America? Because they have French horns. It's so awful. That was quite something. Oh, what do you know, barista? Looks like my good luck is back. I'm feeling like $1,000,000 now. Very glad you do. Thanks anyways, barista. Early did nothing much. Are you gonna be okay? Okay enough to start thinking about what to do next. I'm done here for the night. You have a good evening. Yeah, please keep me updated, officer. Stay safe. Will do. Alrighty. I'm sure you can tell, but my voice is shot. Alrighty then. Maybe I'll go check the stock. Oh, it's just the agent. Ryota, what's up? How's it going? Hello. How's the traffic out there, huh? It's a mess. There's construction work taking place on Leonora Avenue. I can imagine the gridlock already. Fortunately, I have no deliveries to make today. It's great. I'm happy you're in here. Anything I can make for you this evening? Please not Russian tea. Please not Russian tea. Please not Russian tea. I'd like something for my throat. I would appreciate a cup of tea and food infused with some lemon. So literally what I served earlier. Hey, you know what? Is he? Oh. Wait, hold up. A cup of tea infused with lemon and honey. Okay, that was correct. Tea, lemon, honey. I thought they were asking for cough syrup. No, this is what they asked for. This is literally what they asked for. Cup of warm Midsummer Night's Dream. Oh, isn't that named after a Shakespeare play? That's what we call it here. How whimsical. It's a fucking... made that face and I was a bit worried. Let's say that's literally what you asked for. So it's okay. It's wonderful. Sweet but well balanced with the lemon and the slight bitterness of the tea completes the taste. Thank you. No problem. So very well. Anytime. By the way, you just missed Officer Georgie by a few seconds. Is it so? Wouldn't she have seen him? It's like they were like very much like beside each other. Like she definitely should have seen him. I'm thinking about what you said quite a bit actually. He's currently dealing with plenty of clues he isn't used to. That's why he's hard at work at the moment. Let's see. Backtrack aside, how are you? I'm... Oh, what's going on? To be honest, I've had a lot on my mind. I don't know how to express it without sounding pathetic. Hey, don't you worry. No, I'm all yours. Yeah, I'd never judge you. That may actually be part of the problem, I'm afraid. Pardon? You know, I've held conversations with more individuals over the past week than I have in the past few years. That sounds fine. Is it a good or bad thing? It's troubling. Oh? I'm sorry? I don't mean it necessarily in a negative way. It's just, I used to believe that I had to settle the life objective. But I have been doubting it. I finally heard back from Miss Rachel yesterday. I forgot you two had a nice discussion. Any good news? No. Our fields are admittedly quite different, so I was not expecting much. However, she provided me with some contacts who may be of assistance, even though they had no direct connection to the audience I'm trying to reach. She explained clearly why she thinks I should contact them, however, which I'm thankful for. It's very thoughtful of her to do this. What's the battle plan? And why are you doubting yourself? In essence, the advice is to slowly increase my network, to make myself known. Oh? Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Yeah. You could probably guess my concern about it. I think so. But you could give me a refresher, just so I don't misunderstand. I feel that would be a shortcut, so to speak. Yes, right. She did, however, remind me of an important and humbling fact. What would that be? Well... Oh, but it's not guaranteed you'll get anything out of it, don't you think? Unless you're really, really sure the so-called shortcut is 100% going to work. Because you'll have to do way, way more than just making a few calls and waiting for callbacks, you know? I'd say that's a decent impression of her. After that, she told me a story about her early career experiences, both the good and the bad. Getting noticed is truly only the beginning. Then it is either a matter of letting your talent speak for you, or you go out there to develop connections with the right people. Even then, there's still no guarantee of success. It's true. After listening to her explanation, I respect Miss Rachel's determination. I can certainly see how it worked out for her. But then I was left wondering whether Mr. Lucas meant something similar during our first meeting. Right, I thought it all sounded familiar. Will you try her suggestion? I don't know. Is it difficult? No more difficult than sending reels to every audition I've come across, and being rejected by every single one. But for some reason, I feel conflicted about it. Speaking of Mr. Lucas, he and I have also continued our correspondence. Although, perhaps it was more like a necessity. Did something happen? He was stuck? Pardon? Actually, he posted about it on social media last night. Yeah, getting drunk. Oh, I might have seen it. I definitely saw it. Did you? I came across it when I was updating my schedule and responded out of concern. Then he called me almost immediately. He was loud. A lot of drunk people are. All sounds in order. And extremely drunk. He definitely was. Really? What do you mean, really? It was so obvious. You denied it at first. I'm sure it was an amazing lie. But it was too obvious not to notice. He told me he was walking aimlessly, deep in thought, and entered Cary Park without realizing he had done so. Must have been some deep thinking he was doing, because I think it rained pretty hard last night. Well, I wouldn't know. The bus to and from there is currently not operating after 10 p.m. Which is why I sent him a message informing him of that fact, as he seemed to be unaware of it. Right. So he called me to ask if there was any other mode of public transit nearby. Wouldn't it have been easier for him to just call a cab? He told me he wanted to know the city better. At midnight? Why not? After all, you operate your business after dark yourself. That's a good point, touche. Perhaps he just didn't want to go home yet. And I might be mistaken here, but I thought he doesn't like drinking. Wasn't it partying? Nevertheless, I think last night was quite different. It appears he had dinner with his team, and he needed the extra courage in order to negotiate with them about his proposed new direction. Let's see. I suppose it didn't go as expected. Perhaps. I know that feeling all too well, miss. However, he said he will keep negotiating until they reach a compromise. That's good. Is it, though? Miss Rachel told me about the hoop she had to jump through at the beginning of her career with her teammates as well. Likewise, Mr. Lucas has to work hard to obtain approval from his team for his actions. How can they still be so positive? What do you mean? I just cannot picture myself convincing others to give me a chance like that. I also wanted to ask, why do we have to be at the mercy of others in order to succeed or fail? Well, we're in the entertainment industry. That's kind of always at the mercy of others. It's at the mercy of other people's opinions, what they're entertained by. Can't talent speak for itself? Talent is subjective. That's the thing. But if I truly believed that, the number of rejections I have received so far, I should have stopped a long time ago, shouldn't I? Right, that's why it doesn't work that way. Exactly, it doesn't work that way. You keep going, Riona. What do you mean? To let talent speak for itself, we would all have to have the same standards. See, exactly, that's my point. I see what you mean. Art would cease to be art if it were standardized, right? Exactly. However, doesn't that imply that everything still depends on the whims of the individual judging you at that moment? Yeah, I suppose so. How does someone like Miss Rachel or Mr. Lucas manage to be fine with that? It's kind of just how it is. Perhaps because I don't see it as the be-all and end-all. What do you mean? Rather than viewing them as judges with the authority to determine their fates. Perhaps they simply see them as hills to either overcome or avoid, if that makes sense. Just a matter of perspective as to where the power lies. It's a long-ass day. But it's not easy to climb those hills, especially if you've never done it before. Therefore, it's good to try and find out what works for you, or ask for guidance or assistance even. Because one can't possibly know every single way to overcome obstacles, or be able to safely recognize warning signs without first learning about them from others. Is that what you're trying to say? I see. Still. Miss Riona? Ah, yes. Sorry, I got a bit lost in my thoughts. No problem. Fine, I promise. But speaking of Mr. Lucas, what happened to him after the call? I picked him up and drove him home. Oh, but I thought you're located in Bellevue, sorry. I am. But I still had unfinished business in the downtown area. Moreover, he suddenly began singing quite loudly near the end of our call, which led me to conclude that it would be best for me to go and fetch him. I see. How was his singing, in your opinion? It wasn't too bad. If not for the fact that he was screaming most of the lyrics, that is. Well, his hoodie was soaked when I arrived, so he had to take it off before getting into my car. Thankfully, the water did not completely soak through to his shirt, so he remained relatively dry. However, I still had to lay down the seat covers as his fur got rather wet. Hope he didn't get sick. I mentioned being hungover, but I mentioned being sick. I should go now. Alright, will you be okay? I have a lot to think about. Thank you for being patient with my concerns, but hey, no problem at all. Anytime. Have a good evening then, and you have a great night. Come back again soon. Always welcome. Singer Groover part-time. Alien sightings increase. Is this an invasion? At least it's pretty response of alleged algae invasion. Tech teams up with to produce self-healing concrete technology. Does that mean that there's gonna be like a Silver and Amanda day? I mean, listen, I like Silver and Amanda, don't get me wrong. But I've already had like 2 days with them. And this being the third, and I haven't had a second encounter with Myrtle and Aqua? Come on! Alright. But that's all for today, and I hope you have a good day.